amid rising concerns over insecurity and long-standing accusations that the government has failed to act on earlier intelligence reports identifying possible sponsors of terror. Idris maintains that the Tinubu administration is working to dismantle terrorist networks and address the security crisis. According to him, security operations since May 2023 have resulted in thousands of militants being neutralized, with many others arrested and currently undergoing trial. He insists that progress is being made, even though the scale and complexity of terrorism is in the country often overshadow the gains recorded by security agencies. The minister also addressed diplomatic issues, confirming that the president is finalizing a new list of ambassadorial nominees currently undergoing security vetting. He says Nigeria is holding ongoing engagement with the United States, other partner nations, to clarify the country's security challenges and strengthen cooperation aimed at ending the crisis. Moving on. A former Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Major General Johnson Olaomi, retired, has called on Nigerian youths to embrace fact-based civic engagement and hold political leaders accountable using verifiable information rather than social media narratives. He delivered the message in Ekiti State during activities marking the 2025 International Students' Day, where he addressed the role of students in modern governance. Olaomi told students that young people occupy a strategic position in shaping national decisions, stressing that data literacy, digital networks, and public trust are the major forces influencing governance in the 21st century. He encouraged students to study national budgets, audit reports, policy drafts, and legislative processes to better understand how public resources are managed. He also highlighted the importance of technology-driven civic tools, such as community mapping, crowdsourced reporting, and open data platforms in promoting transparency. The former NYC boss further urged student groups to practice responsible unionism by combining constructive negotiation with evidence-based advocacy. He encouraged them to monitor public projects, track government performance, and publish simple accountability scorecards to strengthen public trust. According to him, purposeful engagement, integrity, and volunteer service remain essential if youths are to play meaningful roles in nation building. Let's now go on a quick break. The news continues when we return.
Number 2, advanced neurotechnology beyond BCIs. Brain-computer interfaces grabbed headlines when Neuralink implanted its first chip in 2024. But neurotechnology is much broader. Researchers are testing non-invasive brain stimulation to treat depression and PTSD, while companies like Kernel are developing helmets that can monitor brain activity with unprecedented detail. Clinical trials are exploring personalized brain therapies for epilepsy and Alzheimer's. In 2023, the U.S. NIH launched its Brain Initiative 2.0, investing billions in advanced neurotech. By 2026, these innovations could expand from medical use into wellness and cognitive enhancement.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still Idea TV News Update. The rest of the stories. A new enterprise resource planning platform known as KOKAMBA is gaining traction in the Republic of Congo as a tool designed to strengthen corporate management for small and medium-sized enterprises. The system, developed by the Franco-Congolese startup Ayokai and launched in 2024 under the leadership of Madoki Bikuku, was created by Congolese engineers to match African financial standards such as SAICO-SCADA and OHADA. The platform provides companies, NGOs, associations, and public institutions with an integrated dashboard that centralizes accounting, billing, HR management, payroll, financial reporting, and service operations. Its offline functionality allows businesses operating in low connectivity regions to continue managing essential processes without interruption, syncing updates online when internet access becomes available. Developers say this feature makes the platform especially useful for fields-based structures and SMEs across Congo. By ensuring compliance with OHADA norms and consolidating financial data in one system, KOKAMBA gives managers clearer oversight of cash flow, regulatory obligations, and performance indicators. Industry observers note that the platform could help Congolese SMEs improve operational structure, strengthen internal controls, and enhance long-term growth prospects in a challenging economic environment. In business, the federal government has tightened control over how Nigerians pay for electricity, announcing that only firms licensed by the CBN will be allowed to collect electricity payments beginning November 1st this year. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission says the guidelines are designed to end years of opaque revenues practices in the power sector. The rules require all electricity distribution companies to re-register their third-party collection partners by December 31st, 2025, or risk sanctions. Under the new framework, banks, switching companies, mobile money operators, payment service providers, and other CBN licensed entities will serve as official collection service providers. The guidelines set strict caps on commissions across all payment channels, including USSD, POS agents, banking apps, and rural vendors, and mandates a non-refundable registration fee of 100,000 naira for each provider. Regulators say the move supports the long-standing push toward cashless electricity payments, improves transparency, and ensures that collection reach utility accounts without leakages. NERC warns that any unregistered partner must cease operations after the December deadline, while maximum demand customers are required to pay directly to discos without third-party involvement in health. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has unveiled a renewed agenda aimed at strengthening Africa's health security and reducing reliance on external systems. Announced in Addis Ababa, the Africa Health Security and Sovereignty Agenda seeks to safeguard the continent against rising disease threats at a time when global health assistance to African nations has sharply declined. Officials say the new vision builds on the new public health order adopted in 2022 but responds to a more complex environment marked by increased outbreaks, climate shocks, and fragile supply chains. The initiative is anchored on 5 interconnected pillars, including reforms to global health governance, a stronger pandemic prevention and response system, and sustainable health financing. It also prioritizes continent-wide digital transformation to improve real-time health data flow and advance data sovereignty. Another major focus is expanding Africa's local manufacturing capacity through pooled procurement mechanisms and coordinated regulatory oversight with a long-term goal of producing at least 60% of essential medical countermeasures within Africa by 2040. Africa's CDC leadership describes the agenda as a shift toward greater continental ownership and influence in global health decision-making. They note that recent engagement involving African heads of state shaped the direction of the new plan, which will be monitored through a continental scorecard. The organization says the strengthened framework will support member states in building resilient, well-financed, technologically equipped, and self-reliant health systems capable of protecting populations, reducing Africa's vulnerability to global disruptions. In sports, the Nigeria Olympic Committee (NOC) has praised Sunshine Schools in Ibadan for successfully hosting a 3-day sports administration course aimed at strengthening grassroots sports development in Oyo State. The program, organized in partnership with Olympic Solidarity, Dynaspora Sports, and Sunshine Schools, brought together schools directors, coaches, games masters, sports marketers, and administrators from within and outside the state. According to officials, the training facilitated by International Olympic Committee certified instructors equipped more than 20 participants with modern techniques in sports management, governance, and organizational planning. The NOC noted that Sunshine Schools provided a conducive environment for the program and demonstrated strong commitment to supporting coaches and sports managers across their state. In line with Olympic education objectives, leaders of the host institution said the initiative aligns with their vision to integrate structured sports development into the school system and eventually establish a dedicated sports academy. The NOC encouraged other schools nationwide to emulate the model, while participants described the course as an eye-opener that would enhance their capacity to administer sports in line with the global best practices and strengthen support systems for young athletes. That's all we have for your Idea TV News Update, but before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. Disco debt emerges key obstacle to a new power project in Nigeria. Peter Obi warns KANU conviction may distract from Nigeria's security challenges. Every state's terrorism financiers had to trace as security operations intensify. Away from Africa, KOKAMBA platform boosts corporate management for Congolese. In business, FG moves to clean up power payments. Only CBN licensed firms can now collect bills. And in health, Africa CDC launches new health security and sovereignty agenda for the continent. In sports, NOC commends Sunshine Schools for hosting sports administration training. Do not forget to follow us across the different social media platforms at Idea TV. I remain Chinatu Oji. Thank you for your time.